Good evening and welcome back. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Night Talk. So come on in and join me for a little bit. Shout out to the mob, all my other bears, like all the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. Please hit the like on your way in, and thank you so much for joining me. Hmm, yeah. Well, tonight I'm not speculating and I'm not predicting any outcomes. I'm not assigning any motives, and I'm just doing something simpler. And frankly, um, I guess much harder for people who thrive on noise. Maybe I will just contrast something quickly. So earlier tonight, and it's still ongoing in a live, um, Danielle was laughing about someone else's court appearance that is set for 2 days from now, December 18th. And she spoke pretty casually about the court dates and joked about how, they can't be changed and treated the whole process, like it's almost non negotiable. And maybe someone tried to change something or, you know, but is more or less laughing about someone else's countdown. Well, at the same time, here in the real world, where records also exist, her own court ordered deadline of December 15th has come and gone. And as of tonight, the docket remains silent. No response yet, no filing showing, no requests for an extension that I see anything. It's just quiet. Nothing entered on the public record. Again, don't know if something, was filed on yesterday and it just hasn't been docketed. Yeah, I'm not saying that means nothing is coming. I'm not saying something didn't get mailed. Even someone suggested that. I'm simply stating what can be verified right now because courts don't respond to confidence, laughter, and live stream commentary. They respond to filings. And until something appears on the docket, the only thing we have is, well, right now, contrast. So, laughter about someone else's court date on the 18th, silence surrounding her own deadline on the 15th. That said, it's just a simple observation. Everything else can wait. Yeah, that's the update. No movement right now. Nothing has been filed since, well, appears on the docket. Okay. Today it's the same. Mhm. Nothing filed yet that I see. Mhm. Yeah. Could be filed, but just don't know. And tomorrow, the reason I have that deadline up there, D for day negative one, we're going into day negative two because, you know, this business day is done. So if we go into, you know, if we're at the end of the day tomorrow, this same time, and the docket still remains the same, not going to speculate. But that's when, no speculation, I would be maybe just a little bit more concerned. Gonna give it one full day, one more day. I said 48 hours. Mhm. Someone sent in an email and said, well, what if it was mailed on the 15th? Would that count? And the only thing I can say is it wasn't ordered that way. I didn't see anything that suggested it. You know, it said buy. Didn't say anything about mailing it, that it would be um, if the postmark. But that doesn't mean, as I've been reading, that doesn't mean that a judge couldn't accept it if it's postmarked. So I simply do not know. The way I think of it and the way the judge put it on the, order, it said by. Mhm. And also, let's see, I looked up a federal rule of civil procedure, and it is Rule 5D2, non electronic filing. A paper, which is a paper not filed electronically, is filed by delivering it to the clerk, or that's a B, to a judge who agrees to accept it for filing and who must then note the filing date on the paper and promptly send it to the clerk. It's really A. So the clerk may have it in receipt, and whoever dockets, puts these filings, we should know. We should know um, if something was received. All right. I'm not saying if something was mailed. If something was filed on Monday, the 15th, someone walked it in, or it was delivered to the clerk, then I think it would be reasonable to expect, or at least I expect it to show up on the docket by close of business day tomorrow. Yeah. That's what my expectation is, and that's why I'm just going to hold off and just provide what are the facts. You know, it's that's where it stands tonight. No speculation on what will happen, just that I'm going to allow, you know, time, and then we'll see. Yeah, because I don't know. I just expect. So, how's everyone tonight? Let's put up my fireplace and see how everyone's doing. I see my moderators. Good evening. And yes, please be respectful of what you put in the chat, because words do matter. They do. And it's 9:45. So, yeah. Good evening. Let's see. I'm looking right here in the center. Again, speculation, I don't know. And, any comments that are put in the chat, they're yours, your opinion. Yeah. Um, yeah, I haven't heard any, really anything that someone's has said in the last day or two or whatever as to anything that is attached to this case. Yeah, I haven't heard anything out of out of their mouth. No, nothing. But then I haven't really looked for anything. So I don't. Yeah, they may have talked about something. I just haven't heard it. Yeah. So let me see who else is joining us tonight while we wait. Yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm not. I'm I'm just expecting. That's I'm still expecting um, a response. Yeah, and we'll see. And as I mentioned, a response is compliance or refusal or something that is looks very different. You know, a filing that is not truthful. No. So all of that is a response. So by the end of tomorrow, yeah, I I expect to really have a better sense of yeah, a couple of days have passed. We'll see. Yeah, just 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 letting the process. Yeah, yeah. But again, as far as someone asking about, would someone put something in the mail on the deadline day? Uh, the judge gave the order on the 4th of December. So we've gone through that. All right. What say you? We have a few folks here and those in the bushes. So I'll shout out the ones in the bear cave. I see Love Wins, Viva, and of course my moderators. Voice Behind Truth says good evening, and good evening to you. Mhm. And yes, you can email me right now at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. Let's see. Up under the tree. Good evening. V Love. Good evening. Well, we're not at that point yet. I see your comment says some people will just say, I'll just have my attorney show up. I don't have to come. Right now, I'm not I'm really not worried about that right now. I want to be surprised. I want to be surprised. I said I would not, nothing would surprise me. But I said surprise me, and what would surprise me is a filing and compliance. Didn't say it wouldn't come. I hope it comes. So that's why I said surprise me. Surprise the court. If the judge orders, um, I'll just, not this judge, just let's just talk in general, what I think. If a judge orders an appearance, um, by that individual, I, again, I'm not an attorney, so I don't know if a judge, if an attorney without um, a defendant, I'm sure things like that have happened before. Yeah, but I don't know if it's contingent upon the judge, accepting that or ordering it, something different, that they must appear. I don't know. Hmm. Yeah. Person can say a lot of things. Don't know. We're not there yet. No, we're not there yet. So, what do you want to talk about tonight? I well, those of you who have been listening for the last, day or two as we've been counting down know that I am just being cautious through the waiting period. Yeah. I call it speculation. So we could talk about some other things. Yeah, as long as I'm not going to speculate on it. But yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Because you know what? I've said anything can happen. And then what happens is, just in general, then people start having to do, make retractions and all of those kinds of things. I don't want to have to do that. No. So far, nobody's going to be able to lay that at my feet. Mm-mm. No. Yeah. I may have a lot more to say after tomorrow. And honestly, no matter what happens in one of those, doors, buckets, or whatever, all of them have meaning. Every single one of them have consequences. Yeah. So, yeah, every single one of them. Don't know which one. It absolutely. And I was thinking about that. Yeah, we are past that deadline. There is going to be a point where this silence will be defined, if that makes sense. It will no longer be silent. There will be knowing, and whichever one that is, that's going to have some consequences and effect on this case that we will be talking about, I'm sure, for days to come. In other words, just depending on what happens. Yeah. And we will let the process, you know, take place, and we'll move through tomorrow, and maybe by noon, like I did today, I'll come on and have some news, maybe an update, maybe something by noon. I'm still hopeful. I really am. And I don't, um, because of the time and the way that things get filed, I really have not backed down from that. No. Yeah, yeah. So let me get to that point. Let me get to noon. And yes, so that would not be speculation. If if nothing comes in, mhm, if there is no response, refusal, this is not speculation. The court will respond soon. Yes. Whether I respond in any way or not, the court will eventually respond to that. The court will eventually respond to the first option, compliance. The court is going to eventually, something's going to show up on the docket by the judge. Yeah. So that we know. Yeah, this it won't just go nowhere. Don't know when that will happen, but eventually there will be something on there. Mhm. Yeah. And we're just gonna wait until tomorrow. Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock. Yeah. And yeah, maybe after, after tomorrow, depending on how it goes, then we can talk about some other things related to the response. Yeah. I'm hopeful we're going to get a response tomorrow. That something's going to show up on the docket. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we'll see. It's 10 o'clock. I have receipts after receipts after receipts after receipts and things that I can get into. But tonight, for some reason tonight, I I don't really want to get into any more kind of receipts or anything tonight. I just want, just bring an update, tell you the facts, and get through, get to tomorrow. Yeah. And yeah, there's no set time that I have to, stay on tonight. I might, I could end it in the next few minutes. Yeah, stay focused, get ready. I have other things that I'm also doing, and I could take advantage of tonight and wrap things up, like, yeah, really soon. Yeah. If you knew what was going on in my background besides this, you'd say, wow, how do you keep it all going? Yeah, it's responsibility. So what it is. Thank you. Baby Juju says we are here to support whatever you want to do. I appreciate that. And again, for those of you who do that, that means a lot. It means a lot. It does. Mm-hmm. Is everybody ready for Christmas holidays? We've got what? Basically one more weekend? Isn't this? This is the 16th. Yeah, Christmas is, what is it, next Thursday? Yeah. Yeah. Relax, enjoy, take a break. We are absolutely going to things will look much different this time next week. I think we'll have some answers. Yeah. So what they'll be, I don't know, but yeah, we're gonna keep moving through all of this, I think. Yeah. Let me check my email, and I will be right back. Maybe some music. I don't know. Let's see what kind of music I can put on. Anything. Nice. Yeah. Music like that helps to relax and center and all of that. Another thing I thought about just before I, get ready to wrap things up, um, is so this defendant has been served by two different plaintiffs. Hmm. That's on the record. Yeah. And there are dates attached to those records. And one that's coming up for the other plaintiff is the 21st of January that the defendant has to give a response to the complaint. Mhm. So the expectations is that this individual is going to be participating, right? Whether they're going to be allowed to participate without providing a legal identity, I'm not going to speculate on it yet, but I think things are going to change. Yeah. No matter which door, no matter which choice. Right. There are a couple of other things I could say. Yeah. But I know. Did y'all think about that? Hmm. Yeah. Um, did you think about? I'll just throw one other thing out there. Did you think about what it would look like for a person who is non compliant to be on a platform and involved in a legal case? You don't have to answer. Because YouTube knows that there is a case because, well, I had to, you know, when I filed last December, I had to notify them that I had filed a federal case, in order to keep the uh, videos down. Well, those videos are, well, that channel is gone. So those videos will not be restored. Yeah, because that channel is gone. Yeah, but there are other channels. There are 4 other channels that are up there right now. And this individual is live on the platform, and community guidelines, they're really not supposed to be on YouTube. Hmm. And YouTube already knows all of the channels that are attached to the main channel, even if they have different email addresses, because at some point, I won't say. So there's so many things. There's so much that can happen. Yeah. So let's stay positive. Yeah. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of moving parts. Hmm. Yeah. So I don't know what can happen yet. We just gotta see what's gonna, what door they're going to walk through, what they're gonna choose. Yeah. Because this is check. It's not checkmate. But like I mentioned this afternoon, this is actual check. It is. And when you have a check in chess, the king is in danger. The queen is still there. And a move is next. So this is check. So there has to be a move. Yeah. Can't sit idle. Can't sit idle. You sit idle, the judge is going to make a move. So this isn't. You can sit idle. We don't know. I'm just saying. In chess, it's check. King is in danger of being checkmated. Mm, yeah. And they say they always win. And who's going to check them? Boo. This is check. Mhm. So they can, laugh at others who have court dates. You know, it's just, it's just amazing, really. But maybe it's because they've complied. We'll just see. Mhm. She says she always wins, always, never loses. I have that on tape too. Mhm. It always goes her way. Everything. Everything. Okay. I don't. Mhm. Yeah, I would really love you to hear that. She, whoa. She says I'm clever. Exact words. She says I'm clever. I'm smart. I always win. And the way she says it is just the arrogance of it all with that snarky laughter. It's amazing. Really, it is. Yeah. This person, I guess yeah, I don't know. Like, comment, share this video, and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell once you subscribe to make sure that you don't miss out. Yeah, on anything. But I think I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah. And then I have plans to come back at least by noon tomorrow. Yeah. And we'll see where we are at. Okay. That's going to do it for me tonight. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the grizzlies and the honey bears. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, but now it's time to say goodnight. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.